Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at my breakthrough 7th day research box here, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows what it's going to be. It's perfectly fine that it's obviously going to be the same thing, right? But some people need more Moltres candies, or some people need a better IV, because if you look around the internet, it's not like when Moltres came out, everybody got it, right? And there's this new little deal here, start or later. That's pretty interesting. I like that. So it is Moltres indeed. But like I was saying, not everybody has a Moltres. We're going to go ahead and pine at this, see if we can catch it on our first throw. So this is helping other people, rural players, or people who just don't live in an area with other players playing. This is probably amazing to them, and they do not care if it's Moltres over and over again. And there's going to be a twist to this, which we're going to start talking about the Regis here in a moment, which we can possibly see as soon as May 5th. That's when the Eon duo takes off, and we can see a new raid boss. That, or I'm just gonna call this right here. I'm not really calling it. I'm just gonna say it's a possibility, Deoxys. But I don't know when they're gonna switch up the EX raid. We'll just have to wait and see. So anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the Reggie stats and discuss this a little bit further, shall we? Okay, so I'm not exactly sure how they're going to release these, maybe in specific regions of the world, and then they're going to rotate, or maybe they're just going to be all at once, and it could be a random, oh, is it going to be Registeel or Ice, you know, when it pops. So here we go. We're going to take a look at the first one, Rock. Now this is going to be relevant to the Moltres, sort of, not this one right here, just the Steel and the Ice ones, because, well, those are weak to fire. So technically, getting Moltres right now is good for a lot of players who don't have the candy or don't have a Moltres. It's going to help them because these things are extremely tanky, like the highest defense legendary we've seen yet. Okay, so here we have Reggie Rock, all right? Attack 179, defense, oh my goodness, let's talk about this, 356. Now that's going to take quite a few trainers. If you're just, you know, if you're a pretty good trainer, but you still need others to help, say you can't do Elatios with 3, 4, 5 people, you need like 6, 7, 8. This right here is going to be, this is going to be colossal strong. Now it's not going to be doing exactly a lot of damage, but it's going to take forever to take it out, depending on what type of Pokemon. Now it's rock, so you can use grass, water, fighting, steel, ground. I'm going to highly recommend Kyogre. We can get into all the details of what you're going to use when that video is going to come down the road. But I'm just going to give you a couple of suggestions. Kyogre, Machamp, Groudon. Okay? That's just, you know, something to throw out there. I can see it now. People are going to be having maxed out Kyogres and possibly trioing this thing, maybe, in rainy weather. Because with that defense stat, that's absurd. With the time given, it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to do it with that little amount of people. Alright, with that said, it has Rock Throw, Stone Edge, Rock Throw, Zap Cannon. So that's pretty interesting. And then Focus Blast. Okay, so if you're using water types, that Zap Cannon, you're going to have to look out for that, right? Other than that, there's no real threats. Machamp and then Groudon. So you're looking all right there. So unless you're using, like, I don't know. Yeah, there's no, you're going to be good. Basically Kyogre and Zap Cannon, alright? So I don't want to focus too much on this one. I want to go to the Steel and Ice type. So let's go ahead and take a look at that one right now. Let's just move over to the Ice. Alright, so here we are, Reggie Ice. Let's go ahead and cover this now. These will be coming out May the 5th, possibly. It's a possibility, right before, right after May the 4th, Star Wars Day. And I don't know when they're going to drop Deoxys. I'm thinking, like, is that going to be like a new EX raid? Or are we going to see that this summer for everybody? Because it's going to be very interesting because he has several different forms. Alright, let's go ahead and get into Reggie Ice. Similar stats as to the last one. Attack 179, defense a whopping 356. Alright, so here goes another one. Now this is the one I'm going to correlate with Moltres. Now these people who don't have very many Moltres candies, Moltres being one of the best fire attackers, and coincidentally enough, we're getting Charmander with the Charizard learning a fairly good charge bar move, Blast Burn, possibly. We'll see what Niantic drops. That's what it should be learning. right before we may be seeing the Steel and Regis. The Steel Reggie and the Ice Reggie. So Charizard's going to be valuable. So is Moltres coming down the road. Entei as well. Anything fire. Fighting for this as well. Machamps all day, every day. That's why I maxed out 6 Machamps. Because not only were they useful for that Aggron duo that I did with another local 40, but they're just completely just OP. They're the strongest fighting in the game. You can go through any gym and just Machamp punch, counter dynamic punch, everything. Even flying types, even Dragonites, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, my point is Machamp is key here. If you don't have 3 powered up Machamps, I'm not talking about maxed out, I know everybody can't do that. You need to get on that because Machamp is where you want to be at. Now there's people questioning whether it's going to be good later on in the meta, which, you know, there's going to be other great fighting types that come along, of course, but Machamp is still going to be one of those Pokemon you're always going to want. So this one has Frost Breath, Blizzard, Frost Breath, Focus Blast, and these are like the better movesets. And then we're going to go down. Frost Breath, Earthquake. So those are the 3 sets you need to worry about there. So if you're going in there with a Moltres, what would you have to worry about? Literally nothing. Okay, maybe the Blizzard and the Frost Breath slightly. I mean, but technically with that low attack that it's seeing right here, you're really not going to have to worry about much. But once again, that defense is one killer thing, and I can't wait. It's quite exciting to see how strong these are actually going to be. And see how many people you can do this with, minimal people. So pretty fun stuff here. So yeah, the only real threat I'm seeing is what would you want to use? Fighting types, fire types, steel types. So if you're using a steel type, I mean, I guess Focus Blast is a threat to you, but if you're using Scizor, not too much. Steelix, yes. Metagross, not too much because he's part psychic, so that's some food for thought. And like I said, I'm not going to go over every counter or anything like that, but Moltres, Entei, Charizard are going to be beautiful for this. Now if it had Stone Edge, you better look out, which I do believe the next one is going to have that. Let's go ahead and go over to Registeel right now and take a look what we have here. Alright, so here in the last Reggie, and there is something called Regigigas, where these 3 combined into one massive thing that's going to be the top CP Pokemon in this game, I do believe. And I just want to know how much defense that's going to have and how it's going to work, because the way it works is, and I really hope they implement this, the more damage it takes, I do believe, the stronger it gets. This Regigigas, the combined one with all of these. So you know, it'd be really neat is if it was in a raid, however they do it or whatever, the less health it had, the more damage it would be doing. So we'll just have to wait and see. Niantic can play with this game and do so much stuff, and I'm not going to say, oh, they're not doing this or not doing that. I'm just saying they have so much room to do so many cool things with this game. So anyways, on to Registeel. We have an attack of 143, defense 285. It's a little bit lower than the others, but it's still on par. I think it's a little bit lower because it's so nasty strong with its moves. And then we have Stamina 160. Let's go ahead and take a look at its moves here. We have Metal Claw, Flash Cannon, Metal Claw, Hyper Beam, Metal Claw, Focus Blast. Now, I think the least threatening one here is going to be obviously the Hyper Beam, but I'm trying to see a combination Rock Smash, Hyper Beam combo. I wouldn't say Flash Cannon, maybe Flash Cannon, because if you're using Fire type Pokemon, it's not going to be very effective. So it's just a pure, and all these Regis are their pure types. They're not cross typed here. So the Rock is Rock, Ice, Ice, and then Steel is Steel. So, and then we had the Eon Duo. See, it goes on to the Eon Duo next. So they gave us those first, which I predicted. I had a feeling they're going to drop those because they were on some sort of dragon streak here. So I was just putting the dot together. They're just building everybody up for their dragons, getting them ready, make sure they had enough, you know, strong dragon types to go in there, like Rayquaza, Dragonites, and all that stuff. So, yeah, these are a possibility to be next. And if we don't get these next, let's go ahead and let's just move forward here. We're going to go look at Deoxys. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go with the Regis next. I don't think they're going to just drop Deoxys like that, he is going to probably be something special because he has multiple different forms. And I'm hoping the way they make that work with multiple different forms. And if you're not familiar with Pokemon, he has a defense form, an attack form, and a speed form. So maybe one is just going to be very... I mean, I was going to say the speed one's going to be very fast, but it's Pokemon Go, and those components don't matter. Don't matter, because when you're playing the main series games, it's about turns. If your speed is higher, you're going to go first. That's always a nice thing, unless you're using some sort of strategy and you need to go second. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. The defense form will work great, just put more defense on it. The attack form would work great, just put more attack on it. But as far as the speed form, unless they make it attack extremely fast, there's really going to be no point. But the speed form is just a glass cannon, so you just wreck it. That's what you do. Jirachi is not coming into the raids. That's a mythical. We know how those are going to be introduced through the mythical quests. You know how that goes. So here we have Deoxys, and this CP is not correct, okay? This attack and all the stats, don't even take that serious, okay? We're just going to go over it. And even these moves, I'm really disappointed by seeing Zap. Or, I'm sorry, Zap Cannon, yeah. I don't understand. Psycho Boost, that's cool. Zen Headbutt, that's cool. Swift, interesting. But hopefully we can see a whole new moveset just shuffled up like we did with Mew. When he arrives here. As far as the Regis go and their moves, those were looking pretty much on par. So we can expect those probably to stay the same. So with that said, folks, there is my research breakthrough. Yep, another Moltres. And hopefully we can get these Regis for the summertime. Niantic has a lot of things in store, I do believe, coming this summer. New features that we haven't seen before. So there's something going on, and I haven't talked about this much at all, is the ban that's going on. Yes, the ban. So let's go ahead and hop into Pokemon. Let's just talk about that for just a split second here. Okay, so the ban. I don't know why. Oh, that's a stupid thing to say. I don't know why, but I don't want to get too involved with that, okay? If you're getting banned and you're doing things you're not supposed to, I'm not going to go and point in your face, say, ha ha, that's not me. I'm just bringing up the point that it's happening, and they're stepping up their game on something, and I feel like they're going to be introducing something, a new feature to the game soon, or maybe they're just in their comfort zone of, okay, we have everything we need, we've succeeded in every, aspect to this game that we wanted to in their minds, and now they're just banning people who, maybe we're not playing correctly. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to step into that territory for whatever reason happened there. I know some people are saying, oh, I didn't do anything and I got permaban. I don't know how about that. I mean, that seems crazy to just get permaban when you were literally doing nothing wrong. So I'm not going to, like I said, I don't want to go down that slippery slope talking about all that. I'm just putting dots together. Are we going to see something big this summer? Are they trying to clean out the game? Or are they just finally doing what their vision is? But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. As far as all that goes, I'm sorry if you did. And I understand there is this fact too, which I will dabble into this. People who are like, oh, well then they shouldn't be cheating or something like that. Technically, yes, but at the same time, there's a lot of, kids and teenagers out there who really enjoy this game, and they have no things in their area, so they're, cheating around and playing in cities, right? From their house. So, and I'm not saying that's right or anything, but you got to understand where they're coming from just a little bit. And I'm not siding with anybody. I'm just trying to look at all aspects fairly here. Okay, if you're a grown person and you're spoofing, you maybe should make an effort to get to those cities and try to play. All right, I'm not saying, no, you shouldn't do that. Okay, I'm just trying to be on level here. So whatever happened, I'm sorry, but I just feel like something's coming. We'll have to see. But anyways, with that said, thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll be catching you all on my next video. Take care.